Right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And I want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Zion, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And pretty much, just giving an update on what's been going on in the world. I know a lot of us brothers in the know, a lot of us brothers that's, into prophecy and into, up on current events. All right. We pretty much see what's going on, but we're out here to feed the elect. We're out here to feed the lost sheep of the house of Israel, as the scriptures say, and, concerning this war, all right, this third world's war, all right, we understand that through prophecy, all right, we see things popping off, we see particular things happening, but you have to be strategic in your thinking when you see these things happen, because society still has to crash, the dollar still has to crash, and Esau still has to bring his new world order, he has to fulfill particular things, to bring in his new world order. And that's the time that we're going into. We're going into the time of the money system being done away with. We're going into the time of Jacob's trouble. Just like the other day, you saw how they tried to make that Jake, whether it was true or not, they tried to make that Jake down there in Texas. They basically tied that to, Islam, if you will. So they're trying to do particular things to, tie particular faces to terrorism. All right, so you got to look at all these different things, man. So Jacob's trouble is on the rise. The crash of the dollar is on the rise. When the disciples asked Yahweh Shai when was going to be the end of the world, Yahweh Shai spoke about famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, so we still have to see the famine. All right, we still have to, there's going to be more disease warfare. Okay. And there's going to be an hour of martial law, man. 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. So there's a lot of things that we got to see before the nuclear destruction actually hits. All right. So like I said, that's why I said brothers have to be strategic in their thinking when you see these different, Yahweh Shai also said wars and rumors of wars, right? So, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing wars and rumors of wars, and the elder Ariala made a good point in the video he did last week. He said, if you notice how Russia is really not, they're really not showing up for Iran right now. We know in the Third World War, Russia is going to completely back them. So this could be a strategic move for Esau Edom to bring in his chip. Okay, because everybody is moved by, war. When war is popping off, it has everybody's attention. That the so-called average citizen is, we in World War III. They don't really know, but it has their attention. Okay? So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is definitely playing chess in these latter times, man. All right? But like the scriptures say in Romans, what is it? It says, Romans 13 and 11. All right? For it is now high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Okay? And our salvation is very, very close, man. Okay? We understand that there's only a few more prophecies, a handful of prophecies that has to be fulfilled. Okay? That's why I entitled the video, Are you asleep or are you awake? Because the ones that sleep through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, they're going to be, overtaken by the thief, which is Yahweh Shai. That's why the scriptures say, many shall, what is it? It's in Daniel's, right? Shame and everlasting contempt, But some people are going to wake up to the fact that they're Israelites and they're going to be delivered. But there's going to be a lot of Jakes that wake up to shame and everlasting contempt. They're going to be put to death. It's not for everybody, man. That's why I said the prophets are on another level of thinking. All right. The prophets, another word for a prophet is a seer. So the prophets are on a totally whole nother level of thinking when it comes to these, when it comes to just viewing things, man. We don't look at things like everybody else looks at things. We look at things on a different scale. We look at things through the spirit. We move very spiritual, man. Strategically. All right. That's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. Okay, we're blessed to be able to even understand these prophecies, if you can understand these prophecies, man, and you got the 100% truth, you're a special spirit, man. As long as you hold on to it, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? So we're hoping to be of that elect, man. But right now, yeah, we're definitely at the end of the world. You can clearly see that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is, putting the spirit on the kings of the earth to do particular things to, further his agenda. And it's a beautiful time to be alive, man. It's a beautiful time to be able to have the true understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Nothing beats this time that we're living in, man. That's why the scriptures say the Lord, through the prophet Isaiah, it says, give him no rest until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. And we constantly out there doing his work, constantly out there pushing his word, man. We're programmed to do this thing, man. And may Yahweh Shem Yahushai keep his spirit on us to continue to do so. Take not thy Holy Spirit away from me. It's a beautiful thing to be able to go out there and prophesy the words of Yahweh Yahushai in the 100% truth. And a lot of you niggas that fell out, man, you guys that's popping up out of nowhere, and y'all done fell out the truth. You better off just staying away from us, man. There's a lot of agent provocateur activity going on. A lot of dudes are selling out. A lot of dudes are agents, man. A lot of you guys want to infiltrate the truth. Okay? A lot of you guys just fell out and then you want to come back around because you see things are happening, man. You got to stay on fire for this thing. Didn't the Lord say, I'd rather you cold nor hot, but if you lukewarm, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I'd rather you be on fire for this thing or don't be in it at all. Don't come around us with that lukewarm ass spirit, man. You see brothers out there flourish and now you want to try to tap back in or come back around. No, man, keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. This ain't something you can come in and out of. You come and go as you please. No, you in it or you not, man. You don't get to leave the race, get a drink of water and come back in. No, you got to be in this, and you in the race. You drink water when you finish. That's going to be the reward, man. Okay? So it's definitely the times that are detrimental. We're living in detrimental times, man. And if you ain't got the spirit of the Lord on you and the Lord ain't dealing with you, you're going to be revealed. Okay? This spirit should constantly be burning on you, man. Every single day, the spirit of the Lord should be burning in your spirit. Every day, man. There shouldn't be a day that goes by that you don't think about this truth. Okay? So yeah, the Lord is getting ready to do marvelous works, man. Marvelous works in the earth. We're getting ready to see miracles. Salvation is at the doors. And we're getting ready to get the hell up out of here, man. We're getting ready to get delivered. Thus saith the Lord, man. Thus saith the Holy Scriptures. So you brothers out there, make sure you staying on your watch and making sure, you ain't veering to the left, man. But keep Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your spirit, man. All right? Shalom.